I'm Amy Ha, a Partner Solutions Consultant at Appian. In this video series, I'll cover key Autoscale best practices you should implement when designing processes using Autoscale, starting with the first one in this video. To see additional design suggestions, you can visit the Autoscale Patterns and Best Practices documentation page. Also, check out the Autoscale Processes in Appian video on this YouTube channel. And take the Introduction to Autoscale Academy online course. All links are in the description below, and remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can see more videos like this one. Now, let's get started. The first best practice is to use batching to start a large number of autoscaled processes. To do this, you will use a web API to start a parent process model that kicks off a child process model for each item in the batch. Using batches helps start many processes at once, making the most out of Autoscale for better performance. So, let's break this down into steps. First, configure a web API that will get a batch of items from an external system. Next, build a parent process model with Autoscale enabled that will process the batch. Incorporate a start process smart service that will start a child process for each item in the batch. And third, build the child process model to process each item in the batch. Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, it is. Let's see it in action with an example. Imagine you are a developer for InsureCorp, an insurance company that processes millions of loans. To process that many loan applications in parallel, you want to submit batches of applications at a time for processing. You and your team of developers first configure a web API to receive applications in batches. Each batch of applications is sent to the parent process model, which is the batch processor. The first script task here retrieves the first item from the batch, which is sent to an autoscaled child process asynchronously using the start process smart service. The parent process model continuously loops back to the script task to process each item until the entire batch is complete. The start process smart service in the parent process is set up to asynchronously process each item. The child process model can further transform and write the data as required. By setting up this looping mechanism in the parent process, you can submit your work in batches for Autoscale to process in parallel. Before I let you go and build your next Autoscale process, let's recap this best practice. First, configure a web API that will get a batch of items from an external system. Next, build a parent process model with Autoscale enabled that will process the batch. And remember to incorporate a start process smart service that will start a child process asynchronously for each item in the batch. And third, build the child process model to process each item in the batch. Well, now that you know this best practice, you can apply it to your next Autoscale process. Be sure to check out the resources in the description below, and to stay on top of Autoscale and other Appian topics, remember to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to see more videos like this one. I'll see you in the next video.